Hey guys, Daps and Mixwell here. We're currently at the Movie Star Riders bootcamp facility in Spain. We're gonna talk about our pick'ems, and we sort of have a little bit of insight because we've been scrimming a lot of the good teams in Europe that are at the major, and we'll just sort of give you what our thoughts about how teams are gonna do.
Okay, first off, let's start with the challenger stage. I picked Force for 3-0 just because I didn't think they would. You picked the most unlikely team to go through 3-0 just because you need 5.
Like a strong underdog.
Exactly.
Yeah. Sort of the same with me. I picked, well, I guess Fury is not really an underdog anymore, but I picked Furia because I thought they're sort of a team that could not make it, but also have a chance to just go 3-0. So that was my reasoning for picking Furia.
Yeah, it's a good pick. I also think that Furia plays in a way that's very risky, and it can go really bad if they have a bad game. So they can go out or go 3-0. So it's a good pick.
Yeah, and both of our 3-0 picks went out. So
yeah, yeah. For 0-3, I picked ENTZ, and they went 0-3. I just picked them because I know that KNG might not be in the team anymore, and he's the best player, and we've practiced against them in NA, and I didn't think they were playing too well, so I just picked them for 0-3.
Yeah, I was gonna pick INTZ because they're gonna make a change, and they already know the change is coming. And then I switched it last second to Greyhound because I think Greyhound has went 0-3 the last 2 majors, so that was my reasoning for. I thought they'd have the three-peat of 0-3, but they actually played a lot better than they have in the past and ended up winning 2 games.
Yeah, that Zico guy is really good.
Yeah.
They have a much better team than the last majors. That's why they got more games.
So for the remaining 7 teams, I picked Vitality, which is just an obvious pick, just on their past results and recent results, and they're second in the world. So I think Vitality's an obvious pick for that reason. Energy as well. They've been in the top 10 forever, even when I was on the team, and top 5 recently as well. So Energy's an obvious pick. G2 as well, another obvious pick personally.
I think really good.
Yeah.
3-0.
Yeah, I think G2 is just a team that they have, for me, like Shox, Kenius, and Ominic are really scary players to play against. And then they have Jax and Lucky, who are also just sort of make the team fit together, it seems like.
Jax impressed me a lot. Like, I thought he was not that good, but he's actually really good and really impactful. So they have a good team.
And then I picked Crazy as well, so that's sort of more of an underdog pick, but I've watched a lot of Crazy's games like over the course of the time they've been together, and they have a lot of just really skilled players, and they actually play really well.
Yeah, I played against Crazy in MDL for like a year, and they went 16-0 in the regular season. So they are clearly a Tier 2 becoming Tier 1 team.
Yeah, they're a lot better than people think they are.
They don't know.
But they showed it here.
Yeah.
At the major so far. And then I picked North. North is a team that I wasn't sure about. I think they have a lot of really good players, but obviously Valde's still a pretty new IGL, and I haven't seen too much of them with their current lineup. So I thought they were sort of the team that should make it, but they could also not make it if they have just like a bad, sort of like little streak of things.
I played with 4 of them, or 3 of them, in Valencia. And one thing they have is that they're really solid, which is really important in a qualifier, like in the challenger stage. And Valde is just a really smart player, and I think that if they keep growing like this, they can become much better than they were before. I just think that 3-0 though, 3-0, I was not expecting a 3-0. I was expecting a 3-2 or 3-1.
No, yeah, they played really well. Our last 2 picks that I picked was Mousesports. Again, I think they're a team that is a top 10 team 100%, and they're trying to break into that top 5 category, and they have a lot of really individually skilled players, and Kerrigan's always been an IGL that can get his team to a really high level. So I think that's another like no-brainer pick for going through to the next stage. And then my last pick was Fours to go through, and they were a team that I watched a little bit, and I saw that they had really good results online and had beat some good teams, and they were sort of like my off pick, but I wasn't sure how they were going to perform on a big stage, and they ended up going out, but I think they're better than what they showed here.
Yeah, they went out 3-2. They weren't lucky because they played the 2-2 match against the team from the same country, which is always a bad thing because they know a lot about you, and you can clearly see that the other team knew a lot about Force in the game. I watched it, and yeah, it's a shame because they've been grinding for a long time. I played against them in MDL as well, and this XC Power guy, I really like him. He's
really good.
Yeah, he's gonna be in a better team soon, I think, if they don't grow as much as he deserves. So bad luck for them, and Dream Eaters made it, which no one
surprised
thought about
everybody.
That. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I picked the same as you, except the 3-0, and yeah, who do you pick for 3-0? Furia, right?
Yeah, so our 3-0 and final pick where
we switched Furia for Force.
Yeah.
And the other 7, we picked the same ones.
Yeah.
So yeah, I picked 7 right, because I got ENTZ's 0-3 as well. So you got 6?
Yeah, I got 6.
Yeah, let's see how we do next stage.
A lot of people do a strategy where they put sort of the most expected team just here so that they don't risk, like Liquid is 100% going through, but there is a chance they lose one map. But for this, I'm just gonna show what I think is probably gonna happen in most likely scenario. So I think Liquid is a no-brainer for 3-0. I'm pretty sure they've done it at the last 2 majors as well. And right now they're the strongest they've ever been. So Liquid is 100% a 3-0 just based on their results and past results. So that should be everyone's pick if they want to go for just every pick here and go for the 3-0. Next pick would be Astralis for me. Obviously, they haven't played as well this year, but I still think they're one of the most solid teams in terms of team play. And if they just pick it back up where they were before, they're potentially the second best team still in the world. And there's some rumors around Alexi B being cut, or maybe they're not rumors anymore and it actually is happening. But I still think even though that is happening, ENCE is still stronger than a decent amount of these teams here. And I still think they'll try to win, you know. I don't think they're gonna throw or do anything like that. So I think they're gonna try their hardest still and do really well. Na'Vi, I think this is, again, another team. I think Boomage, or Boombla, however people say his name, I think he was a really good addition. And Simple's always a factor as well in Na'Vi, and Na'Vi's always a team that makes it to that stage. So I think Na'Vi is again one of those teams that always finds a way to get to that part of a tournament. So I'll never count Na'Vi out. And then my final 2, well, I guess there's 2 more picks that I think are 100%. I think Vitality will make it 100%. I think them sort of faltering in the challenger stage is going to help them a lot in this stage, because they're going to talk about more of the mistakes they made, and they're going to be less likely to make the mistakes they made in the last stage. And then let's look through here. I think G2 as well. I think G2 is 100% going to make it through just by how they've been playing, and they've just been on the up and up for a while now. So I think this is going to be the tournament where they sort of show like if they're truly deserve to be in that like top 4 or top 5 category of teams. And then I put Energy. I think even the last tournament or last major I played with them, we were expected to make top 8, and we sort of faltered really badly. But I don't think that's going to happen to them this tournament. Other than the Dream Eaters game, Energy's looked pretty solid. So I think Energy should make top 8, and even for them, like they know that they should make top 8 100%. So that's sort of a goal that they're trying to get, and I think it would be a disappointment for them if they didn't make top 8 this tournament. And my final pick to make it through would probably be, I'd probably say Crazy. I think Crazy can beat Dream Eaters. I think Crazy can beat Avangar. Oh shit, I forgot about Mouse Sports, boys. Oh, now it's getting tough.
I think I would put Mouse Sports. Or FaZe.
It's kind of tough. Nah. Oh, now we're so like. Personally, for me, I think the last pick would be between Crazy and Mouse Sports.
I would put Mouse Sports before Vitality.
You put Mouse Sports before Vitality. Jeez. Whew.
They didn't play too well.
Honestly, I'm just gonna go with my instinct. We're just gonna take a gamble here. I'm gonna go with Crazy, making it through. I feel like they don't have the pressure most of these teams do here. Like even a team like Renegades has more pressure than Crazy does, because Renegades was a team that was in even the top 5 at one point, and they've sort of just kept going down and down. And this is, I think for Renegades, this is something they really need to go to top 8 again, because they need sort of that lifeline to sort of get back to where they were. So even a team like Renegades has more pressure than they do. North has more pressure. Mouse Sports has more pressure. So I think Crazy's a team, they can just come into this stage with just their team. They're really skilled. They play really well, and they don't have much pressure. So I think that'll help them get to the top.
I think Dream Eaters is gonna go on 3, or MIBR.
Yeah. So for 03, I think it's between Dream Eaters and MIBR with their coach. But honestly, I feel like Dream Eaters, well, actually, I guess Avangar could be in the conversation too, because this is kind of a domestic matchup here. So maybe Dream Eaters could beat Avangar if it was like an 0-2 game. So I'd say it's between Avangar, Dream Eaters, MIBR with Zeus playing. But I'd probably go Dream Eaters. I think obviously they can win a BO1, and it's honestly likely, but I think it just makes the most sense to pick Dream Eaters in this situation.
So for my 3-0 pick, I'm gonna pick Team Liquid. We've been training against them, and I think that they were the best team that we played against for now. And I'm gonna pick Astralis as well. I think they will make it. They had a lot of time to improve after they lost the first spot in HLTV, and I think they will be much better than the recent tournaments. This looks sick, by the way, like the 3 stars.
Yeah, it does look cool.
Yeah. Ends, I'm not really sure. I'm gonna wait for Ends because they have internal problems with Alexei going out. So I'm gonna pick Navi for sure. I think they always make the Legend stage, and just they have a really solid team, and Simple is really, really good. Boombla was a really good addition, like Damien said. And then from these teams, I would pick G2 because they've been playing really well. And Shocks said in an interview that he has that eager to win that he didn't have for a long time. So I believe in Shocks. And then I'm gonna pick Mouse Sports. They were kind of shaky in the minor. They almost go out, but after that, after they recovered and came back against Proud, I feel like they've been really solid and they have a really strong lineup. Robs has been playing insane, and Woxig is really, really good. So I believe in Mouse to make it to the Legends, to actually go to the playoffs, I mean. And now it's the hard part. So between FaZe, Vitality, Energy, Crazy, and maybe North, I would pick Energy, and I would pick FaZe, and for the last pick, it's a gamble because I don't really know, but I'll get Vitality just for Zaiwu. And then I'm leaving MIBR, Renegades, NIP, North, Avangar, Crazy, and Dream Eaters. So for my 0-3, I'm gonna pick Dream Eaters. I feel like people didn't know too much about them, and now that they have much more games to go and study them, they might win one game against Avangar, because it's a domestic matchup, and that's it. Like between those two, I picked 3 meters, and this would be my pick'em challenge. So these are our pick'em challenges, and do you agree with it or not? Let me know in the comment section.
You had to call me out for that, eh, Oscar? Yeah, so you had a 6 right?